Hey y'all, welcome to a sort of part two of quantum spirituality as we consciously create a life in love where the physical and spiritual meet. I'm guiding this quantum sermon. I'm Jane Ritz, and welcome to now. So, if you caught my previous video, I was talking about non attachment to the physical body. And this brought something up that I want to share. And it's about the for real non attachment to the physical body, which would maybe look like death. So I want to talk about death. And it's a topic that not a lot of people talk about. And it's a topic that brings up a lot of sadness and grief and confusion and unknown. And what is unknown? We don't know, but it's usually the fear of the unknown that keeps us from acknowledging or communicating about or exploring at all. So let's just go here today, shall we? So death, guess what? You're going to die. You are going to die. Same Z's. And we are also eternal. So we cannot create or destroy energy. We can't. It just transforms. It goes from one form to another. We can see it with the elements, right? The water turns into a gas, a vapor. It turns into a solid crystal and it turns back into water. It nourishes, it activates with, say, soil to become even um, to release parts of the soil energetically or through what we would call like molecular chemical structures to nourish a plant. The plant grows, makes a fruit. Either fruit falls or it nourishes us or some other life. Like the cycle of life, we can see that energy just literally goes from one form to another to another. We are no different. We are human, which kind of sets us apart in many ways because we have an awareness of so much and we are consciously creating a life in love. Everything else outside of human is just being a life, being life in love. Everything else is just being life. The animals are just being life. The waters are just being life. The earth itself is just being life. We are the ones that are like creating new life. I mean, everything's creating new life also in the form of one form of energy, by way of one form of energy going into another form. It seems like a birth and a creation of something new. Yes, and we are the ones that are like, let's build a house, let's build a business, let's build a community, like let's create a thing. Let's take the etheric energy and let's make power. Let's take water and make electricity. Yeah, right. So we have this whole thing. We have the ability to consciously, with our awareness, change our own energy field. That's cool. That's nuts. That's cool. The fact that, like, if I allow my mind to either be still, be open, or focus, I can completely create from an energy that I already have a whole new form of energy. Example, try this with me if you want to try it. Take a deep breath and just let it go. And if you focus on, my invitation is to think about someone you love, some living being that you love. Could be a puppy, parent, a friend, your partner, your bestie. And think about them. Think about the life that they lived, how the universe has aligned the two of you at just the right moment so that you could be in each other's lives. And the suffering that that person has experienced in their life, and how much you love them, and how much you would hate for them to suffer. And yet you understand why they're suffering because you can see the growth that they're living through and growing through. And how much love and appreciation you have for them that they keep showing up day after day, even though they've been through this, that, and the other, and how much they love you, how much they love life, how much they love whatever it is in life that they really, really love. And how you get to love them how you are allowed to love this being so purely, so big, so freely. And just feel this in your body. Just feel this. Now, with the same thought, imagine this person going away, leaving you. They move away, they die. You leave, you die. Oh God, you die. Now you feel their sadness. You feel they feel, you feel their loss. You don't feel like you're lost because you're dead. But you feel their loss and their love for you even more, and they can't even give it to you. You're never going to be able to hug them again or hold them again or console them or laugh with them or wipe their tears or to eat with them or to celebrate with them. You'll never be able to do that here in the physical again, because in this pretend now moment, you've completely left them. And you feel that in your body. Neither of these realities have taken place. They were all just thoughts based on words I was saying and experiences that you've had or projections that you feel may be a reality. We feel that, we feel energy. So, taking that example and applying it to the us. So, whatever energy that we are beyond our form has its own energy. It is energy. There's nothing separating energy. I am my body. I'm not my body. It's all the same. I'm also the door. I'm also this wall. I'm also this floor. I'm also the air. I'm also that tree. I am everything, because molecularly and atomically speaking, nothing touches. It just moves in and out of each other. We just have what we call boundaries and perceived things that separate us. It's not even real. That's the fucking illusion. That's not my point, though. My point is death. So here we are, dead. But we don't really die. Like, what is death? Death is an ending point of one form before another form begins. Well, when I feel into that, how many times have I already died? I was a wife. I've been a daughter. I've been a sister. I've been a friend. I've been an enemy. I've been a Southerner. I've been a Midwesterner. I've been an American. I've been a label. I've been a woman. I've been a child. I've been a wisdom keeper. I've been. And sometimes I am still that child. So when she died to become the adult me, did she really, or did she just say, okay, I'm just not going to express this fully because right now your crone self is going to be expressed? Or now this like sensual goddess is going to be expressed, or now this like dirty hard worker is going to be expressed. Like, what part is being expressed? And whatever part is currently being expressed, that means that in those now moments, that those versions of us that are not being expressed are technically dead. But it doesn't mean they can't be resurrected, brought back to life. It takes a focus or a choice or a situation that calls it back. So when I feel into this awareness that I've died a million times and I keep coming back. So when I think about the mortal death, I don't care. I don't have an attachment to my mortal form because of all the iterations of me that have already died and come back and died and come back. Every night I go to bed, I die and I wake up in dream space. That's a whole other reality. And then that reality dies and I wake up and Jane's here in what we call this reality. Everything dies and everything gets reborn. But if I have an attachment to fear around dying, then my life is in fear. And so then the continual energy that goes through all these births and deaths of my daily experience is going to be a thread of fear. F that noise. Bleh. I don't want that. If I have an attachment to my body, I have to keep it well so it stays here. I have to keep it so it'll live, so it'll live. So I have to keep it alive so it'll live. That creates a thread of stress and control. Then my whole births and lives and deaths and rebirths have this common thread. We'll call that karma. We'll call that what is it, samsara? Samskara. Shit. It's one of the yoga terms. So many words that sound the same. I know. I'm not a good yoga teacher, but yet I do teach the path of tantra. So, but that's different than the regular path of yoga. I teach the tantra. I don't teach the yoga. Anyway, that's another topic. My point though. So we have this conscious choice of what energies or emotions do I want to carry with me. For me, my constant that I've grown into is I want to carry the energy of the witness, which is neutral and accepting, and it allows me to be love amidst the chaos. It allows me to hold the resonant frequency and energy of the I am presence, the Christed, the Christ consciousness, unconditional love, source energy, God, it's great spirit. I get to feel and embody that fully. It's like here, as I witness everything around me without attachment. So then I have deaths all the time, and I get reborn all the time. Every time I come out of the witness, and I go into my ego or whatever, I project into a timeline that's not even happening in my now reality. I forget that this is even real. It's reality. What is reality? It's a dream. Like all these things. So I'm just navigating all of this. But if I can navigate it all as the witness, then my life is more easy. As my life is more easy, I also get to be more of my divinity while others are going through and living through chaos that they don't know how to transmute or to rise above or ascend through. They don't have the tools or the resources, or they're suffering, whatever you want to call that. But if I am too busy being attached to my body, my life, my way, or I'm so attached to fear of dying, fear of the unknown, fear of change, then I become so singularly focused that I don't get to experience the fullness of life. And the fullness of life doesn't get to experience itself through me, which means that I start to detach myself from something that I'm not naturally made to detach from, because there is no separation. We're all one. So that means that when someone is suffering, I'm too busy in my mind to even notice their suffering. If I'm too busy to notice suffering, that's a space of compassion that the heart doesn't have space to be activated and emanate. It's like you ignore that. And it doesn't mean that I want to live a life looking for suffering, because then I become attached to suffering. I'm also not going to just look for the good in everything, because not everything is good. Everything just is. If I look for everything that's only good and I'm trying to spiritually bypass, people love to throw that term around, right? Are you just bypassing? Well, am I bypassing by only trying to look for the good and the light, bypassing the darkness, or am I becoming a neutral witness that I have literally transcended your capacity to be in? Because I'm noticing, and I've been there, done that. We go through these levels of awareness and ascension, and one is not better than the other. It's just not. There's no better, there's no good, there's no bad. There just is. It's all just ising all over the place. But when someone hasn't reached certain levels of awareness or activations, DNA activations, embodiment, they don't have the tools or whatever, they love to throw their shit. They love to throw projections and judgments, telling other people how they should be. You should be reacting like this, and you should be feeling this, and you shouldn't be feeling this, and you should be saying this, and you shouldn't be saying that, and blah, 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 should, shut up. Because they're literally just attached to controlling the way others are. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, they don't feel they can control themselves, so all they are little control freaks, afraid that they're going to lose control and maybe be witnessed as real or weak or crazy or unhinged or whatever. Meanwhile, when they're trying to control something so much, they are the loose cannon. They are the unhinged. They are the one side sitting on this pendulum that's literally made to swing, because we've chosen to live a life of duality and polarity. And it's the when I can live in the central point that I am balanced in all of it. But I can't be attached to one or another. I can't be attached to life or death. I can't be attached to this or that. When we are living fully in non-attachment to life or death, this or that, we live in the eternal life energy. We live in the constant state of resurrection. The rains are coming. I can hear it and feel it. To live in a constant state of resurrection is a constant state of wow. It's like a rebirthing all the time. But to be reborn, we must die. So I can witness my death and my rebirthing all the time. I'm resurrecting the divinity when I step out and into the this or the that. When I step out of my divinity, we're always divine. When I step out of my divinity and my witness awareness, when I step out of that and I start to get sucked into the polarity of this reality, that's like a death. That is a death. And then I remember and I just become a witness to me bouncing back and forth, getting all righteous, getting all like nervous system activation triggered, getting all upset that somebody just flipped me off as they passed me on the road or whatever. Me feeling confused and like, I don't know what to do. Stepping out of trust and faith and those things, stepping out of grace and just witnessing all this shit happen. That's my death when I switch, when I fall out of the witness. And then I'm resurrected when I become the witness again. And this is to me the dance. It's like sex. Everything is sex, as we call sex. It's procreating. It's creating a new life. Every time I'm resurrected into this witness divinity perspective, that's the out. And then the in is the like ego, controlled, small, confined, limited, thrust, feels like a punch. And then I have the out and the in and the out and the in and the out. That's the dance. That's just the dance. We dance for eternity. So if I cannot be attached to this body, the this, the that, the life and the death, what happens is that the life that I end up creating is a life that's not just in faith and trust. It also happens to be a life that the divine is creating through me. My higher self is creating through me. Love is creating through me. Newness is being created through me. Not repeat patterns and programs of some shit that someone else has done because it was right or wrong. I'm consciously creating a life in love where the physical and spiritual meet. It is quantum spirituality. So, my question to you is, are you attached to life? Are you attached to death? Are you resistant to death, which is then an attachment to resistance? Are you resistant to life, to living fully, freely, audaciously? And are you attached to the resistance? Where are you showing up attached that is keeping you from feeling and experiencing the fullness of the life dance as the central channel? It's very much like the cross. It's the axes. We have the Y, we have the X. The Z is the heart. It's how we are. It's the reflection. It's the movement as the witness. It's the seeing from all directions and perspectives, 360 degrees. That's the Z. But we live in a plane of existence, the X and the Y. Why? Why do we? Why not? To have fun, maybe? to grow, to learn, to suffer, to remember, to forget. Because otherwise, what are we? We're a floating nebulous of energy that feels what? I don't know, nothing, bliss, all the time, no change. Eventually, we get bored. What do we do when we get bored? We're like, I want to change. I need some excitement. So what do? We become a human. What better thing to become? We could be a tree. You just gotta stand there forever until you die. We could be a butterfly. That's great. Short life, 2 weeks. Beautiful. But you got to be a caterpillar first. You got to be willing to completely annihilate your body and turn into goo. But wow, human. How many births and deaths do we get to go through and wake up and still appear the same? What a gift we have to be this as a witness and as an experiencer of it all, without righting and wronging anyone, anything, including ourselves, and embracing the life so that we can embrace the death and keep going and keep changing and doing it over and over again forever. We're in the eternal now. So, this is the empowering place to be in, and I'll leave you on this note that I just said, not that I'm giving. So, as you contemplate this, comment a question, provoke a question, provoke a perspective for me to continue this conversation about. Go to janetheguide.com to learn more. Join a cacao ceremony where I give a quantum sermon with a heart-opening plant medicine. Love her. Have a private session with me where I work as a shaman and I work through the field of timelines to clear programs, to guide you to clear your own programs. It's not my job, it's yours. I draw things into the awareness for you to live the life that's more to your choosing, to your conscious creation. That's the life I want to experience and witness. I can handle witnessing suffering. We've done it. I'm also ready to witness something that's just more fun. Because why not? Join my Eternal Now Conscious community on Patreon. You can join for as little as $10 a month. You get discounts for events. You get to be the first to know. That's just the base tier. You get to join stuff for free if you go to higher tiers. You get privates with me for higher tiers. And your contributions make a difference in my life to be able to continue to offer this that is coming through me for whoever watches this. So share this. Share it, like it, subscribe to it. And join. Join in person, join online. Let's amplify this realm of topic. Thanks. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your presence on the earth plane. So I will leave you on this now with many things to contemplate and a request to take care of yourself and to take care of each other. And above all else, remember that you are loved because you are in fact love. So I will see you on another now. Ciao.